So what's all the buzz? What exactly is Bootstrap? Why would Adobe wrap Dreamweaver around Bootstrap? Why didn't they do that with WordPress? But let me introduce Bootstrap and share with you some concepts and share with you some examples of what Bootstrap can do and how it was built and why it's so popular. Bootstrap, if you go to getbootstrap.com, they have a lot of documentation. You really want to bookmark that and read the documentation and see the examples, see what people are doing. But as it says here, it's the most popular HTML, CSS, and JavaScript framework for developing responsive mobile-first projects on the web. And you can download all the files right here. Of course, with Dreamweaver, it's all built in, so all you have to do is go File, New, and create a new Bootstrap file. So pretty much, some people would just describe Bootstrap as a responsive framework, meaning that it's going to show up well on all devices, the desktop, the laptop, the tablet, the iPhone, the Samsung, and it's going to show up well in portrait and landscape mode. It's going to show up everywhere just the way that you want it to as a developer. Now, I was checking my web stats, and it shocked me about 4 or 5 months ago when 60% of the people that visit my website are coming in on mobile devices. It's amazing. But it makes sense. People have their phones at work. They're going to the bathroom and checking their phone in there, driving in the car or down the freeway at 80 miles an hour, trying to figure out where to get a pizza. So that's why this is so important. And Google just revamped their algorithm effective in April. If your site is not ready for phones, then you get little Google demerits that hamper your ability to show up on page 1 of Google. So that's why Bootstrap is so popular, making it so it can show up on phones, tablets, laptops, desktops, all in a good way. And what is Bootstrap really? Well, Bootstrap is actually, by default, it is set up as a 12-column grid system. And this grid system, it's all rows. And you'll see when we get to the examples, what you do is you put in a row, and then like this first row of boxes, this row of 12 boxes, they would all be in a row. And you don't have 12 of them, though you could. You might have a page that has 2 of these things together, and then you put 10 of them over there, or you might have 4 of them, and then 4 of them, and then 4 of them, maybe text in the middle, an image on each side, or you might have 6 on the left and 6 on the right, and one row might take up a whole page. Maybe you might just have one box. That's all it is a bunch of boxes. You might just have one box that fills the whole page in that row. One box that is 12 columns wide. But the beauty of this system is that as you go from, in this situation, a desktop to a mobile device, the grid system collapses to your liking. And then after you get to the tablet, you go to the phone, and it just collapses automatically, so to speak. There's a lot of code underneath it. So that's the beauty of Bootstrap. So let's go to Dreamweaver and look at some examples here. Now, this is one of the many, one of the 6 pre-built Dreamweaver templates here. and you can see they have the agency, commerce, portfolio, and product. And you know, it's pretty straightforward. That's all I have to say. I mean, you throw some images in here, and you're good to go. I mean, it's real easy to edit. You just like double click something, go in here, and start typing text. Bill the Geek was here. I mean, it's that simple. File, save, upload to the server. You have a website. You know, select an image. You know, stick an image in the placeholders. You're good to go. And you can see it's responsive. You know, I can click on tablet view, and it's going to shrink down. I can click on this thingy right here. It takes me this far. I can drag my slider in, see what it's going to look like on a really small device. It's very popular for these things. Notice how the menu has just collapsed into this little thingy. That's all built into Bootstrap. And then I get out here, and you can see the full menu where you can put links right up here. And let's look at the files. In my Files panel, here is my CSS folder that Dreamweaver will create for you. The only thing in there is bootstrap.css. And in the JavaScript folder, which is all of these templates are looking at the CSS folder, the JavaScript folder that Dreamweaver populated for you. But here's the Bootstrap JS, the Bootstrap MMJS. MN just means they put all the code in one line. All these MNs, they put thousands of lines of code in one line, which makes it read faster in the browser. So these jQuery and JavaScript files, Dreamweaver creates for you. Now, I have an example from the internet. Here's a more sophisticated example. And let's fill the screen with this guy. This is nice. You have nice little rollover effects. Roll out. Who your daddy? Ooh, you don't know. Roll out. Roll over. All kinds of little cool things going on. Very simple presentation. But notice even at the big screen, the menu, they have a totally different menu set up here. This site is really cool. And then we can go to the tablet and see how we're going to look there. We can go over here to an even smaller tablet. Oh, this is pretty slick. And then we can click over here. Notice the people that devised this, they have even another breakpoint that's even smaller that comes with the default Dreamweaver situation. But there you go. Now let's go back into here. Let's go back into Dreamweaver, and I want to talk about plugins, and I want to talk about how do you get this stuff to roll over and this stuff to move around? Well, this is all about. Let's see. This is all about. First of all, Bootstrap is an open source phenomena, meaning, so to speak, nobody really owns it, and the code is just code. So people all over the world are adding code and making up. They're changing the CSS files, changing the JavaScript files. So it's just going to grow and grow and grow. And all the cool stuff that you just saw, the hover effects, the animations, these are called plugins. You get Bootstrap, get it running, and you're going to want it to do stuff. Like maybe you want a slideshow, or you want to change the menu options. Maybe you want animations, and as it says here, much, much more. There's all kinds of weirdos out there sitting around in the middle of the night trying to figure out how to do things in Bootstrap that is not available right now, and they want to make your life easier. So if we go back into this file, and if we look at the Files panel in Dreamweaver, we can go, let's see, where are you? Right down here. And these are the files that, well, you can see the files that are attached. Font awesome. That's like it's like a icon factory with like 532 little scalable icons you can use. They're using Animate.js, Owl Carousel. I mean, they're using all kinds of little plug-ins to enhance what Bootstrap does out of the box. So we'll have features, and we'll be working with special Bootstrap plugins that can enhance your Bootstrap experience. Now, people say that Bootstrap is easy, but if you look at the code, we're going to do some. We're going to go into the code, and it is really going to help you very much if you understand HTML and CSS class understanding will be very important. I mean, all of these classes to make this thing happen, and for someone who is brand new to web development, you still want to understand CSS for sure. JavaScript will be somewhat kind to you because you're going to throw in your JavaScript stuff usually way down here at the very bottom of the page. You'll add some. These are all different plugins down here at the bottom of this page to make this thing run better. So anyway, there you go. What is Bootstrap? Bootstrap is it's just a it's a wonderful thing, and we're going to take you way down deep into enhancing Bootstrap to your liking.